Hi everybody, I just want to let you know a little bit about myself. I definitely know about arthritis. I've been experiencing it for a little over 20 years. I had a massive injury. A little story about myself, I had 3 back surgeries and 3 knee surgeries. This is what's in my back. I still have 1 set in. They finally had to take 1 set out because it was giving me some problems. Titanium screws and plates. This is the titanium screws that came out of my right femur. I got a big chunk of cartilage in my knee, about that big around, is missing. So trust me, I get it. I know what pain is. I know as much as you guys do, probably more, and some of you may even know more than me. If you do, I feel sorry for you. Listen, how do we deal with these things? How does a doctor deal with it? Surgeries, and then what? Medications. What do medications do for us? Can medications solve arthritis? No, they can't. The medical industry to this day hasn't been able to solve arthritis. Now, here is just a kind of a snapshot here of what's going on with all the medications that I was on. I haven't taken any of these since June, about mid-June. So, you know, that's a pretty good mix. I'm going to show you a list of everything that I was on. I hope you guys can see this because I can't tell. But basically, this is what you take for pain and for muscle relaxing. This is what you take in the beginning. Now, I took this for almost 20 years. And what happens when you take it so long, it eats away at your stomach. Now, I woke up one morning and I started puking blood. And it went up that I had an ulcer, bleeding ulcer created from this stuff. Now, then I had to go to another doctor and he gave me this stuff. Funny, huh? Then, basically, I got that kind of under control, but then I couldn't sleep anymore. So then I started having problems with insomnia. So I went to the doctor and he gave me this stuff. Doctors are great, right? They got a pill for everything. And I'm not being hard on doctors, really. They do the best they can with what they have to work with. Now, I had those injuries, and so obviously I couldn't work physically. So what did I do? I went and got a desk job. Now, here's the last thing. It's funny, huh? And I want you guys to look at this. These are x-rays of my hands. This is this thumb. The cartilage is worn down. So I have massive problems here. I have problems with my wrist. I have a lot of problems in this area due to the tendons. Why? I overworked them all. Why? Check this out, a mouse. All of you guys that have worked at home or using computers, you know what I'm talking about. Now, you want to hear the funny thing is, I'm the kind of guy that just keeps on going. You know, like a lot of you people are. I got myself a special mouse, you know. Hey, this one don't work, well, these work, so let's just keep going. You know, I can probably get another 2 or 3 years out of that arm. Thing is, what do? So, you keep taking these. I don't know, there's an end to it all. Now, I forgot something. You gotta have the pink stuff, you know. How many times do you wake up in the middle of the night with that heartburn and it's running up in your throat and you can't take it anymore? You gotta have the pink stuff. So what's the solution, guys? It's definitely not this. It's not this. I got lucky. I got turned on to this. It's called Provalin. It worked for me. How did I take it? I'm gonna tell you right now. I took a tablet in the morning, 1 at midday, 1 at night. I took it for 5 days. 3 tabs, 5 days. I got 80% reduction in pain. 80%, guys. None of this. I'm not on this. I wasn't on it. With this product right here, I got an 80% reduction in my pain. It took me about 10 days longer, and I got off the other 10%. So I'm running about 95% pain-free. It's wonderful. This stuff is natural. It's not going to hurt you. You're not going to have a liver transplant, and you probably won't get that bleeding ulcer like I did. Now, we all know on anti-inflammatories they're going to get you. This won't get you. It's I think they said it was made out of some sort of fungus. You know, like penicillin? Well, hey.
The back is a common area of the body to feel stressed or tight after standing all day. Bending forwards improperly, exercising incorrectly, being the area used to lift instead of your knees, and poor posture all create back pain. What follows are 12 poses that help to lengthen, strengthen, and relax this area of the body. In yoga, a practitioner should always inhale and exhale through an open nose. Making your breath long and slow will allow for a greater intake of oxygen into the bloodstream. The higher your oxygen concentration in your bloodstream, the better your body works and functions, including your brain and mental states. If you tie these 12 poses together with breath being the timekeeper, you will experience a greater effect overall. Before you begin, make sure that you check with your doctor to make sure you are healthy enough to practice yoga. While standing, inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Then as you exhale, bend at the hips. Your hands can reach forwards while you extend your sternum forwards as well. Grab your opposing biceps with your hands as you relax into the pose. Allow gravity and the weight of your passive upper body to elongate the stress back. Relax into your knees. Do not lock into them. Hold this pose for 5 breaths. Uttanasana, or standing forward fold. Inhale as you lift with a flat back up to midway. Create an angle from your hips down to your feet and head. Hands are below or above the knees, never on the knees. Or your hands can hover parallel to the side body, palms facing up and reaching back. Extend your sternum forwards as you look forwards. Breathe 5 times, then return to standing forward fold. This is Ardha Uttanasana, or swimmer's dive. While lying on your stomach, place your hands directly underneath your shoulders, elbows tucked into the side and pulled back to lengthen your neck. As you inhale, push the floor away, lifting your shoulders, back, and chest off the floor. Keep your shoulders even and palms flat on the floor, fingers spread. Take 5 breaths. This is Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. While on your hands and knees, inhale as you bring your shoulder blades back, bringing your sternum forwards and looking up. Exhale as you bring chin to chest and arch your back up towards the sky. Do this 5 times with the breath aligned with the movement. This is Marjayasana, or cat and cow pose. So you can stretch the back of your body, step your feet back until your heels are off the ground, and you can push them and your hands towards the ground. Eyes centered on the knees and your head is between your elbows. Stretch your side body so that way your glutes are reaching towards the ceiling. Take 5 deep breaths. This is Adho Mukha Shavasana, or downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale as you lift the leg, foot flex. Exhale as you bring that lifted foot all the way to your hands. Place the back foot flat on the floor with your toes pointing 90 degrees from your ankle. Inhale as you lift the opposite hand up and back while lifting up the upper body. Hold this pose for 5 breaths. Virabhadrasana 2, or Warrior 2. From Warrior 2, straighten the front leg on an inhale, and as you exhale, allow the torso to tilt sideways, allowing the front arm to rest on the shin, foot, or either side of the foot on the floor. Rotate the top shoulder blade back to open the chest and reach the top arm up. Looking up will challenge your balance. Remain here for 5 breaths. Utthita Trikonasa, or triangle pose. From triangle pose, make your way down to your stomach. When you are laying on your stomach, place your hands back by your hips with palms facing up. Toes should be pointed away from the body and your forehead can rest on the ground. When you inhale, lift your head, upper body, arms, and lower body off the floor. Feet can touch, and as you inhale and exhale, your body should rock. After about 5 breaths, release. Shalabhasana, or locust pose. From this point, return to down dog and continue warrior 2, triangle, and locust pose on the other side. One of the aims of yoga is to balance both sides of the body. So whenever there's a pose where you have to do one side, you always have to go back and do the other. To enter Balasana, or child's pose, begin by sitting on your feet or or in hero's pose. Walk your hands out while you're exhaling, and then separate your knees while keeping your feet together. Forehead can rest on the floor, but keep your wrists lifted. Hold this pose for 5 breaths. From child's pose, find the easiest way to get to your bottom seat. From a seated position, with legs extended, bend your knees so that your feet can lay flat on the mat. This should create an imaginary line on the mat, starting from the feet to the buttocks to the hands placed flat behind the back with fingers pointing towards the back. When you inhale, lift your hips by pushing your feet into the floor and allowing the back muscles to maintain your body parallel to the floor. Hold this pose for 5 breaths and release your hips back to the floor after these 5 breaths. This is Chatuspada Pita, or table pose. From here, lift up one glute at a time so that way you can place your hands underneath them. From there, let your elbows go down to the mat, supporting the upper body, and allow the legs to go out long, toes spread. Take a breath. As you exhale, place the crown of the head onto the floor behind, not the forehead. Take 5 deep breaths. This is the pose that will clear out your lungs from anything that should not be there. Matsyasana, or fish pose. On the 6th inhale, lift up the head, remove the elbows from behind the shoulder blades, and allow the upper body to roll down onto the mat. Bend the knees to place the feet on the floor and lift up the glutes. Remove the hands from underneath the glutes and then release the glutes back down to the floor. While lying on your back, pull your shoulder blades together and down the length of your back, creating space from the neck to your shoulder blades. Then allow your fingers to curl and your feet to fall to the side. Focus on your slow and steady breath and allow your mind to clear and relaxation to take hold of your body. Hold for as long as you wish. Shavasana.